Hello and welcome back to Spirit Works, the awesome playlist that's all about spirits and cocktails and helping you to drink better drinks. Today I'm going to be giving you my top 7 gins or gin and tonics that you need to try in 2018. These have been tried and tested all the way through 2017. These are my biggest sellers. I've started off with about 20 or 30 back in March 2017. I've chopped and changed, whittled them down, come back, and these classic 7 are the ones that everyone goes mad for. So if you haven't tried them yet, go out, get them. Some of them are quite easy to get hold of. Some of them you might need to mail order or find or travel around to get them, but they are brilliant. So I'm not going to get too pretentious with these. If people that know me, people that have been at events with me, people that have heard me talk, I'm not all about the botanicals that used or anything like that. I'm all about the finished drink. What does the finished drink taste like? Because that's what you're going to enjoy. Not many people are going to drink gin neat, are you? Really, let's be honest. A few of you will drink martinis, but hardly any of you will drink gin neat. It's all about gin and tonic for a lot of you people. So I found the 7 brilliant gins and different, I get you there, different tonics that I use to make phenomenal drinks. So whether you're at home and you want something different to try this weekend, or whether you run a pub or a bar and you're looking for a different kind of angle for your gin and tonic menu, give these a go. These are absolutely phenomenal. So let's get in it. Number 1, classic. Got to try that if you haven't done already. It's one of the oldest new gins out there, 2003, something like that. Hendrick's cucumber rose petals, they're the main 2 botanicals in there. I matched that up with Double Dutch's cucumber and watermelon tonic. Phenomenal drink, cucumber ribbon in a large gin balloon with loads of ice, and Double Dutch's cucumber and watermelon tonic. That is phenomenal. If you haven't tried that already, go to it. About 28 quid, most supermarkets will have that. Gin number 2, one of my favourites of 2017. Loads of this sold, absolutely loads. Brockmans, a little bit harder to find. Again, anywhere between 28, 32 quid a bottle online if you can't get it in your shops. The 2 botanicals that set this apart, Nordic berries, blueberries, blackberries, gives it a slightly fruitier gin. I matched that up with Double Dutch's cranberry and ginger tonic, and then garnish with a couple of blueberries, a couple of blackberries. Phenomenal drink. I use that word a lot, phenomenal. That's my word of 2018. Phenomenal. Go and try that. Brockman's classic sort of London gin with a fruity kind of aftertaste. Double Dutch's cranberry and ginger tonic. That's gin number 2. Gin number 3, Opia Oriental Spice Gin. Got a little bit of heat to this, bits of chilies, peppers, all that kind of stuff, a little bit of heat. This goes really well with Fever Tree's normal Indian tonic water, nice slice of red grapefruit, perfect gin and tonic there, a little bit of heat to it. It's actually lovely gin and tonic. If you want to go even fiery, cut a red chilli in half and leave it in there. But word of warning, the longer you leave a chili in your drink, obviously it's going to get a bit hot and spicy. But go try that one out. I think it's actually quite cheap, about 18 to 20 quid. Supermarkets, Opia, go and check that out. Fever Tree's normal tonic water, grapefruit. Now, this is where we start to get even quirkier. Gin number 4 that you need to try. Sold so much of this in 2017. Gin Mar, Spanish gin, Barcelona regions. Olives, thyme, basil and rosemary, the main botanicals in that. When I'm working behind the bar and people don't know what gin they want, I always start with a question. Do you prefer starters or desserts? Simple reason, I want to gauge whether they've got a savoury tooth or a sweet tooth. If they've got a sweet tooth, you probably guessed it, Brockmans, get them on that. If they've got savoury, if they prefer starters, always go with this one. Now the way I serve that up, there's 2 ways I serve that up, depending what tonics I've got. Fever Tree's Mediterranean tonic works really well with that. Or, actually, my go-to is Double Dutch's pomegranate and basil tonic. Brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant drink. And then garnish that with a few fresh basil leaves. So there you've got Gin Mar, my recommendation, Double Dutch, pomegranate and basil tonic, couple of basil leaves. Perfect gin there. So that's 4 down. Number 5. See what I did there? 4, 5. Number 5. Going a bit fruitier, especially winter time. Adnam slow gin. There are some great slow gins out there. This is my go-to. It's a lovely slow gin. Works really well with prosecco in a kind of Bellini slow gin fizz, that kind of stuff. Cocktail ingredient as well. Love this. Really vibrant flavours of the slow berries. Quite easy to get hold of depending where you are. A lot of farm shops and that will stock that. Get it on a line, Ocado, all places like that. I think you get that. But I serve that up, slow gin, with Fever Tree's lemon. Where are we? Fever Tree's lemon tonic, and I've just something else has just popped into my mind, which I did for a couple of events over Christmas. But Fever Tree's lemon tonic, garnish that with a couple of orange slices. You could. I stumbled across this by accident. Fever Tree had a limited edition tonic out for Christmas 2017. Clementine with a hint of cinnamon. I'm sorry if you live in Cambridge or Kings Lynn, because both of those Sainsbury's I think I've cleared out. I've got loads of it stocked up in my unit because I thought it would run out and I didn't want to. It's phenomenal. So you could serve that, Clementine and cinnamon tonic with that. But my go-to throughout the year, especially in the summer as well, is a nice lemon tonic. Kind of a twist on bitter lemon, but brilliant. So gin number 6. Started off using this back in middle of 2017, but I must say when I moved up to Kings Lynn area, much more prominent. Bullard's is from Norwich. Great gin. Their London Gin won the world's best London Gin in September 2017. This is the strawberry and black pepper variant. A lot of flavoured gins are quite sweet and there's syrups and all that kind of added to them, the sweeteners. This is distilled with the strawberries and the black pepper. Lovely. I just do plain with this. I just go Fever Tree's normal classic tonic. And some strawberries, because it's such a nice flavour of the gin, you don't want to mask that. So classic tonic and a couple of strawberries to garnish. Try that. This is quite expensive actually. It's about 42 quid a bottle. I didn't go through them. Adnams you picked out for about 25, 26. Gin Mar is also about 35 quid a bottle. So I forgot to mention those, but that's about 42 quid. Well worth it. Go and try this out. Gin number 7, my final gin, and I wanted to finish this up with this one because it's a brilliant gin and makes a very different gin drink. Warner Edwards Rhubarb. Without doubt, my opinion, the best rhubarb gin on the market. That it's not made it into supermarkets. I'm not sure whether that's Warner Edwards or whether that's actually the supermarket's not wanting to stock it. They go with other brands like Whitley Neal, which has got rhubarb and ginger gin, which is quite nice. It's all right. And they've got the Edinburgh gin, which is a liqueur. Be careful of that. It's a lovely drink. Don't get me wrong, it's a lovely drink, but it's not a gin. It's 20%. This, phenomenal. I'm coming out with that word again. Phenomenal. Warner Edwards rhubarb, served up with Fever Tree's ginger ale and a nice thick chunk of orange. Perfect drink. Summer, winter, sell so much of this. Lovely product. So there you have it. There's my 7 go-to gins. Hendrick's number 1, Brockmans number 2, Opea number 3, Gin Mar number 4, Adnam Slow Gin number 5, Bullard's Strawberry and Black Pepper number 6, Warner Edwards Rhubarb number 7. Go and try that. Stay tuned for the next couple of episodes because I'm going to be talking about the tonics that I use. I've been Steve the Barman. If you love this, which I hope you will do, please subscribe. This button's going to pop up all over the place. Subscribe to this channel. You'll get notified the next time a video comes out. As I said, I've been Steve the Barman. This is Spirit Works, and I'll catch you next time.